In the 1700s, the tavern wasn't just a place to grab a drink. It was the heartbeat of the community. At a Living History weekend at Fort King George in Darien, Georgia, I had the chance to step into the Rat and Tankard Tavern and see that history come alive. While the morning started with a gloomy feel, courtesy of the pouring rain, stepping inside the tavern was anything but gloomy, with people playing games and a kitchen bustling with activity.
Yeah, I can smell it. It smells great.
Run by Tavern Master Alan Roski, who also happens to be an interpretive ranger at the fort. And soon, it was time to feast.
Here you get your bowls, you get your spoon, come down the line. We've got sauteed turnip greens with leeks in vinegar and curry spices. Then we have a general potage, so we've taken a lot of root vegetables like turnips, rutabaga, more onions, carrots, and black-eyed peas. Stuff that in there for a nice hearty stew. I threw a couple of eggs in there to make deviled eggs. Nice protein chicken, and then pickled vegetables and other cured meats and cheeses.
Thank you so much for the spread.
Welcome to the Rat and Tankard Tavern.
The meal was delicious, and the company was divine. Even the ones peeking in the window. And even after all that work, Alan was gracious enough to sit down with me and talk about the tavern, which was much more than a place to grab a bite and a drink.
It was that, yes, but honestly, it was the center of society and town, and they of course bring it over from England, and what we think of as the pubs these days were their taverns. And everyone from male, female, child would go to the tavern, and it was a place of respite. You could get a bite to eat, usually for cheap. What they might have to eat is seasonal, of course. You've got your pick of the day, maybe a potage of every bit of whatever they have in the pantry thrown in a pot as a stew, and you can pay a couple of pence to have a good warm meal. Or maybe something to drink. You could have your rum, grog, you could have some punch, you could have a toddy. Coffee and tea were becoming very popular at the time period, of course. But here in the tavern, you're providing just about everything. Food, drink, lodging maybe. You are providing entertainment in the forms of games. Maybe you've got some singers and some artists out here playing instruments. And it's a place to unwind. It's a place to gather. It's a place to feel the community spirit. And even beyond that, beyond the drinking and the carousing, it's centers of politics. Maybe you have politicians coming out here to rent a room of their own to talk and debate and maybe hold council meetings. In fact, once these cities, say in the colony of Georgia, are getting started, maybe they don't have all the municipal buildings built at the moment. And so the first thing they might put up is the tavern. The tavern becomes that council house, the meeting place. And of course, during the Revolution, it was the hotbed of politics for should we go to war, should we not go to war, or spies meeting up in the taverns, because it's busy, it's loud, it's easy to have those surreptitious moments between each other that can't be heard in other places. I spent a lot of time in England, living in England, and that pub life is very essential. People don't realize how essential and secondary nature it is to go to a pub. And it's not to get drunk, it's to enjoy each other's company, especially if it's cold out. Sit next to the fire at the pub and chat about your day. How are you doing? It's been a long time since I've seen you. Tell me about it. And connect with each other. And that's what I love about taverns. That's what I love about pubs.
It was the social center. I mean, it really was.
Yeah, it was ye old Facebook, essentially. hey, maybe even disputes and commentary going on that would have led to a bar fight, and then the tavern keeper shouts at you, and next thing you know, takes you to court to pay off all the fines of you breaking their furniture. Which we do have a lot of court cases involving taverns and tavern fights and disputes.
I could see that.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of money to have this place going.
Truly a wonderful time, and I am very thankful to everyone at Fort King George for inviting me to be a part of this event. Now, if you'd like to see more history come alive like this, subscribe below. There is plenty more coming from this event and many more historic adventures in the months to come.